Hello everybody, it is Mr. E here, and today we have, dare I say it, an extremely meta Zealot build. This build is absolutely geared to the highest levels of content. It abuses several very broken things, two of them being the weapons here, and the third being the way we aren't going to take any damage at all, basically. Let me go ahead first and foremost and address the thing that is not meta about this build, which is that we're using Fear of the Faithful. The other two ultimate abilities on Zealot are just better, I'm not going to lie to you. However, the reason they are better, it fundamentally I think takes away from my enjoyment of playing the game, which is being hyper aggressive and being like super on and active the whole time. Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude is just an absolute S tier ability, obviously. It's just like Veteran Shout, except for it disables all enemies around you for like 7+ seconds, and it overcaps your toughness by 100, you and your whole team. It's just a nuts ability, and the fact that Invocation of Death means we can have it on a 20-second cooldown is just absolutely crazy. So I can't say in any good conscience that it's on the same tier as that. I also can't place it anywhere near Shroud Field, which is broken for a whole nother host of reasons, which is just, hey, I need to get this objective done. I need to rescue this ally. Well, I'm just not gonna let the enemies attack me for 5 whole seconds. I just get to do whatever I want for 5 seconds, which is an eternity in this game. And that's on a 10-second cooldown at most, right? So these two abilities are just nuts and incredibly broken. I think my problem with making a build around them is that you don't really play the game in the same way. And this build, not only are you going to perform at a crazy high level when you're playing with this build, especially if you're like the more mechanical skill you have, but it's going to make you a better player because you're always fighting enemies. You can't just tell the enemies to fuck off with one of these two abilities and get some breathing room. They're going to be on you. They're going to be trying to eat you alive, but you have all the abilities and all the resources you need here to just kill, and make your way through it. So that's your sort of build, and it certainly is mine. This one's one for you. Now, let's talk about another thing that makes this build super broken, which is the abuse of toughness damage reduction, or just damage reduction in general. I have on this tree 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sources of toughness damage or damage reduction. I'm not going to make you look at me type this all in the calculator. Trust me, I did it ahead of time. Damage reduction is multiplicative. So all these things added up together, their total is a 80%, roughly 80%. It's like 79.5% damage reduction to your toughness, which means, you know, if you take a 100 damage melee hit or hit in general, you only take 20 as a result. And, you know, that is just an absurd level of toughness damage reduction. And the fact of the matter is that Zealot has some of the most overpowered ways of regenerating his toughness that any class has as well. I know the Psyker is like really good at regenerating toughness, but the Psyker has the disadvantage of his toughness regeneration comes in like kind of smoothly as he like casts and stuff like that. The Veteran has some regeneration, right? He has obviously the Shout, which is like super OP and broken. The Zealot can regenerate an absurd amount of toughness without doing anything at all, without killing any enemies or anything, just by two methods. By dodging with Second Wind, which is just absurdly broken because this is a build that is enabled by dodging successfully, and through using Fear of the Faithful here, which we can get 50% of our toughness back instantly. So we can extend the toughness that we have like pretty much infinitely. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to put in the background right now while I'm talking, I'm going to put some footage of me just casually soloing 5 Chaos Spawns with this build. Really don't have to sweat at all because they can't hurt me because that much toughness damage reduction and toughness regeneration is going on. So let's go through this build and just show you where to go. We're coming down here, getting Scourge because more crits are always good. I am probably, to be honest with you, over the recommended amount of crit for the build, but I like more crits. I think it's really unsatisfying and feels bad when you want to get a crit to get your crit buffs up when you're like kind of skirting around the edge of an enemy and it's not a crit. So I'm probably a little bit crit heavy, but we're using Dueling Sword, surprise, surprise, so crit is always good because that thing has a triple damage minimum on crits. We come down here and grant Dance of Death and Good Balance. This is damage reduction on dodging. Keep track of how many things are going to be applied when you're doing successful dodging. Dance of Death, successful dodging, right? And this is going to allow us, when we're back dodging while we're pulling out our bolter to obliterate a crusher horde or a boss, it's going to allow us to have basically perfect aim with that whole magazine. The problem with the bolter normally is that if you go full auto with it, you could miss a couple shots, and there's only like, just a few rounds in each mag relatively. So we don't want to miss even 2 bolts out of this. This is going to allow us to just laser focus on the boss's weak spots and annihilate them. Coming over here, we're picking up movement speed, melee damage, and then duelist. I mean, mwah, chef's kiss. This is like the absolute perfect node for this build because we are double dipping on crit and weak spot damage, finesse damage, and it's when we're dodging. So we get so many bonuses for successful dodging enemies. And that's another reason why we want Fury of the Faithful and not Shroud Field, is we're always having enemies swing at us, so we're always able to dodge. For Shroud Field, enemies aren't going to swing at you for 5 seconds, so you don't get any of these bonuses because you're just missing for all that time. We take 2 charges on redoubled for Fury of the Faithful because we're always going to be regenerating this at triple the normal rate. So every 10 seconds, one of these is going to come up. Use it on cooldown because we have 20% attack speed steroid for 10 seconds. And it has a 10-second cooldown if you always have Invocation of Death going, which you pretty much will. So this is just a general buff and 1 guaranteed mega crit every 10 seconds. Oh, I forgot to mention Benediction, additional toughness damage reduction. We love it. Coming down here, all this is trash, but Invocation of Death, again, triple cooldown rate. Always want to have enough crit going so you can have that stacked. And this is the reason why I have, you'll see on my weapon in a second, I have stacked some extra crit, is because we aren't going this right path for the extra 10% crit on Blazing Piety, and because we aren't taking Fury Rising, there is a chance that the stacks of Blazing Piety could fall off. Say if you get isolated and you've got a boss chasing you around and you need to solo the boss, you might lose your Blazing Piety bonus because there's not enough enemies dying near you. However, most of the time you're going to keep it up because, it's within 25 meters. That's a huge radius and it counts to your allies killing them as well. Then we've got Stalwart, an additional 25% damage reduction when we've got Blazing Piety up, which it should be most of the time. And then coming over here, attack speed, more toughness damage reduction, and finally Swift Certainty, which means, when we're sprinting, we count as dodging. So enemies will shoot at us and we'll dodge the attack because we're sprinting, or, while we're sliding, we'll dodge the attack and we can gain toughness off of that. So if you ever end up in a bad situation, just disengage and run away and you'll just gain your toughness by dodging the range attacks that are coming at you. So just an overall, it's a build that already has enough damage because it's got duelist and crit stuff, and it's got, we'll talk about the weapons right here in 1 second, but also the amount of stupid damage you can take is just ludicrous, to the point where I'll tell you right now, I recorded the gameplay for this video yesterday, and I'm recording this part today. I totally fucked up. I was not playing very well in this game. It was my first one of the day, so full disclosure, it's not going to be the smoothest. I take a crusher overhead at one point, and watch what happens to my health as a result of taking that overhead. That's how much damage reduction we get on this build. You can play sloppy as hell and still just frag out. So let's get into weapons. Dueling Sword and Bolt Gun. Surprising nobody. These are 2 just absolutely disgustingly powerful weapons. My Dueling Sword is probably not perfectly optimal, but it's really good for me. We've got Carapace. That's a good choice. Melee crit chance is going to balance out the fact we don't have that extra 10% from going the other path in Blazing Piety. And then I've got Riposte down here. Now, the Dueling Sword is kind of you can't really go wrong with blessings. I take this because sometimes your Blazing Piety might fall off, and it's always nice to have that 20% base chance to bring you to 30% so you can start stacking Scourge on, say, a boss or something. Because Scourge at the top of the tree, this one right here, is only really effective when you have a single target you've been working on for a while. So this brings us to a base of 30% crit chance, which is good. Even if your Blazing Piety falls off, to keep your cooldowns rolling with Invocation of Death. And then Agile, as we've addressed with the talent tree, dodging plus this build makes you invincible and do triple damage. So we want to be dodging. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a blessing that just made it so we could dodge infinitely? Didn't even have to worry about our dodge counter? Oh, there is, and it gives 10%, a 1.1 times multiplier to all headshots. Nuts ability, just absolutely insane blessing. And the fact that they put it on the most powerful weapon in the game, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, Jesus. All right, Spearhead Bolt Gun, Cavalcade and Pinning Fire with Carapace and Unyielding. This is our, there's like 5-6 crushers on. I really don't want to have to melee them all to death. That'll take too long. Not that it's hard, but it'll take too long. I'll just blast them away with this thing. Or there's a boss and I want to immediately eliminate like half of its health bar. There you go. That's what this weapon is for. And then down here, we have 3 curios. All 3 of these curios, combat ability, toughness, and stamina regen. Just the best 3 perks you could have. You will use all of these. We want our combat ability up quicker. It works with Invocation of Death in a really nice way. And then we want one of these to be stamina, while the other 2 are toughness. So, you know, +3 stamina is enough. I have not found myself in any situations where I'm like, oh, dang, I'm gassed for stamina. This weapon swings so fast and has such good cleave, and you'll do crits often enough that you do not need to be using stamina to push stab and get enemies away from you. Just cutting their heads off with light attacks is going to work just fine. And then, yeah, just toughness for the rest of it. You know, having more and more toughness means that our 15% regeneration from Second Wind and our 50% from Fear of the Faithful is just that much more. So that is the whole build. If you like the looks of the build and you're excited to try it out, I'd really appreciate if you'd give this video a thumbs up, a like, or whatever that's called. If you'd subscribe, would be super helpful. We're pushing forward, help keep the Mystery Machine rolling to 10K by the end of the year, and leave a comment. Tell me how excited you are for the new game mode, all that good stuff. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching, and then enjoy this gameplay. And let us get into this thing. I bet we're about to tear some shit up.
This is HL7004. It's known as the Carnival by most of its inhabitants, and as the Pit by Tertium's enforcers. It was never pretty, but now it's a murdering stronghold. It's worse than ever. Black market trade is rife, but we're interested in the stims passing through the amphitheater. They could be a blight source, but we need a...
Are you sure about that? You can see it's very easy to get our 25 stacks and just keep it. You know, 8 seconds duration is plenty in this game to get a kill within 25 meters. I should get hit by an enemy to show how little damage you take. I mean, you can see. I'll save you, bro. Oh boy. That was a bold charge I just made there. Get away from me! This is the power of Agile. Just allows me to dodge out of a situation like that. No problemo. Aw, fucker. I'm not aiming very well right now. But we're still cleaning up. Where'd the dog go? Did I get him? There we go, now I got him. There's a big ammo over here. Charge to get our toughness back. Oh my. Guys, if you keep going down, I'm not going to make this a video. I'm going to have to record a whole nother one.
Oh, man.
Let that be incentives. There's a medkay. Two charges. Wait, we don't need Medicaid? We're too OP for that?
I double dipped already.
I mean, you're hurt, so you're welcome to it. I'm not gonna take it. Mystery is a fairy tale. It's like Santa Claus. It doesn't actually exist. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm worried about this team. Except for Trash Game, who is apparently a fan of mine, and he hasn't taken like a single point of damage yet, so. Well, maybe he did, but he actually used the Medicaid. Which is fine. The Medicaid's there for us to use. We just left 2 charges on it for no reason other than proving we are good or something. Oh, fuck. Just when you're playing this, make sure you're using your ultimate, like, so you're not sitting on 2 charges, because it does offer you 10%, or is it 20%? It's an attack speed steroid, like all the time for 10 seconds when you use it. So yeah, let's always make sure that it's up. Way better than just sitting on it and letting it be idle in your bar. This is when we want to swap to this bad boy. And just let him have it real quick. I mean, we can kill him with this. As you can see there. Oh my god. Did you see how little damage I just took from that, by the way? That is the power of toughness damage reduction. I just took an overhead from a crusher and took like 30 damage. The sniper just fucking obliterated his own teammate. I swear I can fucking stab you bastards. I hate bulwarks. I hate them so much. Get down, Mr. President. I'm very worried about Oogie. He's gonna take a sniper shot and die. All right, so we got the boss coming at us here. We're gonna 100 solo this guy, no problem. Because he literally can't hurt us. We can dodge him as much as okay, unless we get hit by a explosive barrel or an ally hit from behind. My teammates are not helping me. They are making my life much harder. It's a trapper. No, sir. Oh. Oh, he did end up dying, yeah. Of course. Yeah, so, I mean, this is my first game of the day. I'm playing very sloppy, for me. And, this is all the damage I've taken so far this game. And I took a crusher overhead. That should tell you the power of, toughest damage reduction. We're just gonna go straight in for him, get the rescue. I'm not scared of shit. Not even you. Or you. What the fuck? Nope. Yeah, see, we can just dodge and regenerate so much toughness. Where is this gas grenadier, bro? Oh, there he is. That guy was mad. About what? Playing bad? I mean, he'll still be in the video. He'll just look like an asshole in the video. So there's that. Oh, come on. That's 2 health gone. Oh, now he dies. Always like a little bit off to the left whenever I throw one of those daggers. Who knows what I was aiming at for that dog, though. That's one of the things that's nice and powerful about the charge. You just go right through fire. No problem. Let's go ahead and get some stabs in here. Remember, those guys take double damage, or like 1.5 times damage to their weak spot from melee. What's up, boys? I think it's all of them. Let's get in there. Oh, I hit that guy. What the heck? Like, last guy I stabbed and I was nowhere near and he somehow grabbed me. That was odd. Just chucking knives. So as you can see, we've taken a good amount of damage, 153. We've been playing very sloppy. Again, first game of the day. Alright. Not my fault. I mean, I guess that is technically my fault. But, yeah, it took a crusher overhead and still standing. Quite handily. Uh-oh. Oh god, it's doing that thing. Let's get in there. We need to be on the front lines. This is how I advise you to play in my guide to skilling up. This is how I will play. Yeah, just like for during one of these fights, just watch my toughness. Watch that I am taking damage. Like I'm not dodging every ranged attack, but it doesn't matter because I'm dodging enough attacks that it oh okay well that it just completely negates any damage I do take. That's how good second wind is. Second wind plus toughness damage reduction. Absolute goat shit. It sounds like I'm talking about like goat feces. Goated shit. There's more. You've got to be kidding me, dude. Jumping through that shit. Well, now I've taken some actual real damage. That's 100 flat whenever you take one of those. Won't matter, though. We're not taking any damage from here on out. That should be a smite on the team. Makes it too damn easy. Fuck off. There you go. Oh, like I just missed your head, sorry. Gotta turn around and kill you like a plate man.
Emperor, my way is lost.
I can hit him, I swear. There he is. Okay. Movement tech. Movement tech. Go watch my video on movement tech. Movement tech. See that? I'm moving faster than normal. Yeah, I mean, so look at the scoreboard right now. Imagine if I was playing good at all. I would have no damage taken. But yeah, I've taken some very sloppy hits, just mostly because I'm playing stupid and aggressive. I know I'm not likely going to be able to die, so... It's for this build. Just really like stupidly overpowered Zealot dueling sword build. Dueling sword, Mark IV Macabian. Yeah, if you can dodge a wrench, you can top DPS with a dueling sword, basically. Get off it. You can do anything with the dueling sword. Come here. What? Oh, fuck. Oh boy. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no way. Well, that was an unfortunate little clusterfuck. Oh, they don't want me up. They know what's gonna happen. It's pulling out all the stops. Yeah, take your time, take your time. There's a couple enemies. Okay, not that much time. Not even close. See, nothing happened. No one saw anything. And through the miracle of editing, that didn't happen either. that's going in the video. That is why snipers are such a high priority for elimination. Just instantly fuck me there. I don't know what the second thing was that hit me. Was it like 2 back-to-back snipers? I can't even remember. It's actually my fault. Like when I play in this arena, I think this is actually the worst endgame event in the whole game. It's so boring. Like you play stupid, or at least I play stupid because I like need something to happen. So I just run out here and pick shit up. I could be playing with my team in the optimal way, I suppose. I heard that. Oh. He's dead. Very nice. This is the gameplay everyone wanted to see, right? Just me stabbing through the door. Oh my god, and everyone's favorite part of this mission, clearing the whole area of enemies, which takes like 7 minutes at least. Alright, well, that seems like it. Well, anyway, guys, while we're waiting on this game to clean itself up, we can see that I was an absolutely sloppy-ass bastard and got the shit beat out of me. But, you know, it still worked out in the end. The absolute, like, real amount of damage that I took was probably way higher than that, considering that Crusher overhead, I think, is really stands to the testament of, like, how powerful toughness damage reduction is in the current meta. And the Zealot can just get so much of it on top of his stupid ways to regenerate toughness that it just makes you like nigh unkillable. And you could have that stuff with like a much more defensively focused build with Until Death. This is a giant like disgusting cookie with footprints in it instead of chocolate chips, by the way. Yeah, like you can stack like so many crazy defensive layers on Zealot. And yeah, he's just a beast right now. Is that it finally? Oh my god, it's like spawning 2 enemies at a time forever. Okay. And there we go, everyone. There's me just standing around, apparently. GG, everyone. All right, guys. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. And until next time, Mr. E out. Also, can I just add, I have a really bad ringing in my right ear that has been going on for 2 hours now, and I'm worried I'm going deaf. Please send help.